Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Craig Ben, AK Cash Cake, back with another Underdog Fantasy Pick'em video. And I got 4 picks for you here. One I really like. We got to jump on that early because I think that line is definitely going to move. So we got to jump on that line early because these lines move pretty quick. So with that, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on that notification bell so you know when I upload these videos, because especially on Underdog Fantasy, they do move really quick. So let's just dive right into it and check them out. All right, as you can see, I have the UnderdogFantasy.com desktop version up here. They have a slick mobile app you can definitely download both on the Google and Apple Store. It's really easy to play from your phone. I do it all the time. And again, I got 4 plays for you here. But if you don't have that UnderdogFantasy.com account, make sure you head on over there and use that promo code ARMY. The link is in the description below, and get that 100% instant deposit match up to $100. And let's just get after the plays. So, first one here. I'm going to talk about 4 of them. The last one, I'll talk about the one that I think is really going to move. First one here, though, we're going to come down to one that I'm kind of on the fence with. He should do it. I love this play, is Chris Paul. We're going to go over 10.5 assists for him. It's a situation where I was looking at the injury report this morning. Holy wow. I mean, Memphis doesn't have Ja Morant. Desmond Bane is doubtful. Tyus Jones is doubtful. Jaren Jackson Jr. is doubtful. And Steven Adams is doubtful. Sounds like they're going to rest the whole entire team. I don't see Chris Paul having to do too much on the scoring end of this. So he's probably going to have to do a lot on the, he'll do probably a lot on the assist end where he just let everybody get involved here. They should absolutely demolish them. Phoenix is only favored by 7.5 here, the 228.5 over under. I think Phoenix wins by double digits here. I love Phoenix in this spot. We're going to take Chris Paul, though, over 10.5 assists, even in this matchup with all those guys sitting. I think he could get there by half. And just let these other guys get involved. Cam Johnson is due back, and they need to get him in the fold before they hit the playoffs here. But they should easily win this game against Memphis, rest a bunch of people. And he's hit this mark in 2 of his last 3 games, coming back from that little over a month-long injury, and 7 of his last 10 games. And he's played Memphis twice this year, putting up 12 assists back on November 12th, and he's put 13 assists on December 27th. And the juice is on the over around -115. The next one we're going to look at here, we're going to go Dejounte Murray, playing a Portland team that just doesn't give a crap anymore. They are completely in tank mode. Josh Hart's still out. Trenton Watford is out. Justice Winslow is out. Spurs are favored massively here. They're favored by 15, 231.5 over under. The juice is on the over here. I'm going to go points for Dejounte Murray here. He's been really shooting the ball well, a bunch. He played Portland back on March 23rd where he put up 28 points. Like I said, the juice is on the over here around -115. He's went over this mark in 7 of his last 10 games. He struggled a couple games against the Pelicans and the games he didn't hit, and against Golden State. But like I said, on that March 23rd, he put up 28 points against Portland, and he did it in 30 minutes. So and 14 shots. Super efficient in that game. You do worry about blowouts with stuff like this. So that is always a concern. Again, we have basically 10 days left in the NBA season. So these last week and a half is going to be extremely crazy. But we could take advantage of this. And, something like this with Murray, I think he's going to get there in points. I don't really like his points, rebounds, and assists. I don't know if he's going to get there. He didn't get there in Portland last time they played when they blew him out. He only put up 41. But if it happened to be a competitive game, yeah, he would smash both of these. But I'm going to lean the points here with him. The next one we're going to go to is kind of one I talked about in an early video this morning, but I'm leaning on both sides of it. So I talked about Marcus Smart over 6.5 assists in my early video. They should absolutely smash Indy here. Indy, again, is in a tank mode team. Doesn't really give a crap if they win or not. Duarte's out. Brogdon's questionable. Goga's questionable. McConnell's been out for a while. Brissett is questionable. Jackson's questionable. So Indy really is just... And Boston's a really good team here. So I don't care if you play the 6.5 assists. I like the over 6.5 assists. It's been one that's been hitting, for a while now. He's went over this in 7 of his last 10 games. Indy's ranked 16th in assists allowed. The juice is on the over around -130, but I wanted to talk about another one as well with him, and that's 13.5 points. In a game like this where they should smash them, I kind of want to lean the under here because I don't think he's going to have to shoot a ton. I still like the assists more, but I wanted to talk about the points a little bit, right? So in his last 6 games, he's only went over this once in his last 6 games. And that was a game against Toronto where they rested Jaylen Brown, Tatum, Horford. They rested everybody. So he had to shoot that game, right? That was on Toronto against March 28th. And he put up 25 shots that game, right? Before that game, 9 shots, 3 shots, 9 shots, 9 shots. He could definitely get over 13.5 points. I just think he's going to just be more of a facilitator here. He hasn't been shooting very well behind the three-point line. 3 for 10 against Miami, 2 for 11 against Toronto, 1 for 6 against Minnesota. He's been struggling there. But he can do a little bit of everything. Time Lord is out, so that hurts their front court a little bit. With Al Horford, Williams been sliding in that front lineup. I can see Marcus Smart just going to, assisting the ball here and not really pushing too heavily on the scoring side of it. So if I had to take the points, I would lean the under. But I'm going to, the assist over 6.5 assists, I think is the way to go here. And I don't tend to play his points, rebounds, and assists unless it's a game he gets up for, which, there's certain games he does get up for. There's other ones he don't. Like he's only went over this once in his last 6 games as well, due to the game he had to start with and he put up 42 points, rebounds, and assists. But other than that, 23, 17, 21, 15, 21. He got up against Golden State with 32, and we actually were on the over on that one. But I'm not touching this, and I would lean the under on this and the points just because I don't think they need him against this Indy team. They're just that bad. And they should absolutely smash him here. So those are the 4 plays that I like here. I'm sorry. I forgot to go the one that I absolutely love here. And we're going to come down to this Sacramento-Houston game, and it's Davion Mitchell. And I love all of his overs here. Assist over, points over, and points, rebounds, and assist over. I'm going to click this one here, points, rebounds, and assists, but I like them all here. He should absolutely smash against this Houston team. One thing watching that last game, the only thing that concerns me a little bit, in the second half, Silas decided to change a little bit, the coach of Houston, and they started to double him a lot. He still got his. He still went to the hoop, but I'm curious if they will do that out the opening gate and make somebody else beat him, because Davion Mitchell was just tearing them up. So if they end up doing that, it worries me a little bit, but he was still getting to the hoop and getting his points. He just had to work harder at it. So that's one thing that I did want to mention by watching that game. But again, over the last 5 games with Fox and Sabonis being out, he's absolutely, crushed here. He's went over this mark in 3 of the last 4 games at the points, rebounds, and assists at 40, 33, 38, 32, and 37. If we look at his points over those 5 games, 28, 25, 22, 21 against Miami, which is a hard matchup, and then 24 against Houston. And then assist, he's had 9, 7, 9, 9, and 8. I love the assist as well. Maybe I want to change it to assist over 7.5 assists, because if they do start doubling him, maybe that's where they start pushing more towards him getting the ball out and those guys making the shots. 232 over under, Sacramento favored by 1.5. Again, a great game environment here. Love the other side of it as well. We were over a few of those plays with Porter Jr. where we put up 60 points. It's going to be an up and down game, just like we saw a couple days ago. Back on March 30th here, which is a fantastic game. A lot of fun for fantasy implications. And I think we're going to go assist here. Again, I like all 3 of these. You can play all 3 of them. But now that I kind of talked through this and see how they were doubling him, he might have to get the ball out of his hands a little quicker, and these guys might have to make some baskets for him. So we're going to go over 7.5 assists for Davion Mitchell here. So 4 plays we like here. We're going number 1, Davion Mitchell over 7.5 assists. Then I'm going to go Marcus Smart over 6.5 assists, Chris Paul over 10.5 assists, and Dejounte Murray over 24.5 points if I had to rank the 4 right there. So with that, again, if you don't have that Underdog at fantasy.com account and you want to play a little bit over here as well, again, use that promo code ARMY, and you can sign up using the link in the description below. And hope you guys have a fantastic Friday, TGIF, April Fools, all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys on the flip side. Deuces.